Hey guys, welcome back to part 4. Got my ratchet here. And let's see if I can get that bolt broke loose. There we go. I've already taken off the top radiator hose. And I actually went ahead and took off the fuel filter assembly. That would actually give me more room. And so, but we'll maybe get this here opened up, get them bolts popped out, and then take that water line piece all out there. In fact, I got looking, actually with it having that exhaust manifold on there will actually make it actually kind of handy, because I'll be able to take and come in here at the forklift just right over top of the thing. And I'll use a ratchet strap just like I did on the 170/60, and I can take and hook into this bolt right here and actually hook around the front part of the exhaust manifold. It'll make it actually a good handle to pick the head up by. So we'll see how well that works. Get these bolts here all broke loose. I'm gonna have to take and finish using a 3/8 ratchet to get them bolts all popped out there. Yeah, they might, well, that might come by with my fingers. Kind of slip, kind of hard though. It's probably got pipe dope on it or something. Yeah, I'll grab a 3/8 ratchet. Be a little bit easier to get in there. Grab my smaller ratchet. I'm taking the last bolt out here. Okay, I think that might have it. Yeah, there we are. Okay. This here, well, I thought, yeah, it's just stuck. Of course, I'm guessing it's original, so 8,500 hours, and it's a 1982, so it's been on there for a few years. I'm gonna grab a rubber hammer and smack that thing. Okay, let's see here. There we go, that's more like it. Put the hammer over the tire. I can tell you one thing, that for no bigger what that thing is it's got some weight to it, but it looks like it's solid cast. No wonder why. We'll just take and put that over here, the pallet full of parts. And there we are. Take a look at the bottom of it. Alrighty. I'll scrape off them old gasket seals and that can of junk. Go ahead and lay that thing back off out of the way. Put that guy over there. There's the top radiator hose, which actually that top radiator hose is in good shape. I've only found one hose that I'll probably end up replacing. Other than that though, all the rest of them are good. I'm surprised. And so, okay, that's got that top piece taken off. Let's see here now. That definitely shortened it up. I may go ahead and take the valve cover off, but like I say, I'm beginning to wonder if there's even bolts underneath that thing as far as head bolts go. Of course, you're going to have your rocker arm assembly and that kind of stuff. But, because you got a row of head bolts going right down across the side here. And then you got bolts going right down the middle and then going down the left side. And so, like I say, I'm just going to take a ratchet strap and wrap right around here and use that thing for a handle. That right there is the return oil line for the turbo. So once I get this thing off here where I can actually take and flip the thing up on its side, I'm going to try and get that stud bolt out. That way I can take that intake manifold off. So next thing I need to do is take this little air deflector off over here. Once I get that taken off, I'll pop the valve cover, take a look underneath it, just make sure we're good to go. If there's no head bolts, I'll keep the valve cover on it. And then start loosening up the head bolts. Taking out the last valve cover bolt here. There we go. I put those two rags in them holes, and so just keeps dirt and that kind of crud from falling out in there. And of course, however, when I take the head to that guy, in fact I called him a little bit ago, and he said that once you get the head popped off, go ahead and bring it on up to him. And I know he actually has one of those big, I guess you'd call it like a parts washer or something like that. I know it gets hot. And he'll put the engine heads inside that thing and he'll wash them all out. So, I mean, if a little bit of dirt got down there, no big deal. It's going to get washed out. I just don't want a bunch going down there. So, okay, let's get this thing popped off and take a look. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, I think I just got that old gasket seal broke loose. Pick it up and take a look. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I guess we do have head bolts underneath there. I wasn't sure if we did or not. I guess we do. Let's take and set this oil or valve cover down. Well, yeah, that's directional. That hose barb points backwards. We'll set this guy over here. Now, I do see something right here. What is this? It's like part of a... Well, that's part of up on top of the valve spring. Okay, it's like a little ring thing that's broke. Well, that'll get replaced. And, sure enough, right there's another one. Well, kind of laying down the side right there. Okay, right there's more head bolts. All right. Well, like I said, I didn't know. So, looks like I'm going to have to take the rocker arm assembly out. First off, we got two bolts right here, and try and figure out Oh, right there's a bolt. Okay. Not exactly sure what that cast piece going over top does. Maybe that just helps to tie them all together. So, well, we'll grab a wrench and pop out the rocker arm assembly. Gonna start up here on the front one. I'm not exactly sure what that big cast piece is for. I don't think these two bolts here are head bolts, because they don't look big. Well, the bolt head on these here is actually smaller than the ones right here, or the ones down below the rocker arm right here. And so, and like I said, I'm not exactly sure what that's for. I'll go ahead and get them popped up and out of there. I thought. As I loosen that, I can see the push from the valve spring kind of pushing up on that. Let's just go ahead and spin that one out. There we are. Okay, yep. That is not a head bolt. So, gotta grab something to put these bolts into before I can take any more out. I don't want to get them lost. I'll get all these bolts out of here, then the rocker arm assembly will be ready just to pop out. I can feel the valve springs pushing up on that as I take it out. All right, got all the tie down bolts out. That should be ready just to, there we go, lift right out. Take and just set it right there on the pallet. It's not going to go too far. Oh, okay, that's got like a little alignment pin right there. Huh, it's only got one, just on that spot right there. So, okay. Well, hey, grab an old rag here and wipe my fingers off. But that's got the rocker arm assembly taken out of there. Take a little closer look, and right there, that's the top piece off of one of the valve springs right there. Yeah, satin's broke, and that right there's broke. That's the other one I found. I don't see any more snapped or anything. I'm going to grab a socket, a ratchet. We'll start popping out head bolts. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start here on these inside bolts going across here. It's a 13/16. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Well, they're definitely torqued down. Sound like my ratchet had jumped a tooth. There we go. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll pull one out and show you. I'm not going to show you pulling every bolt out. There's a whole bunch of them. Now I am going to put new head bolts in. Hey, there's one. Looks good. Ugh, it's got kind of a weird smell to it, I can tell you that much. Stinks. Okay, yeah, hopefully you can see that halfway decent. So now I gotta get the rest of those out. So there's actually 4 rows of bolts. Outside, down here, another row of center ones, and then the last row on the outside of the head over there. Let me show. Okay, yeah. You got, here, 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 and out here. So, definitely got plenty of bolts to take out. In fact, I may actually end up grabbing my cordless impact and knock them out with that. It'd be a lot faster. So, all right, well, that showed getting one bolt out anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep taking out the rest of these, and then I'll bring you back in when I'm ready to actually break the head loose. All right, got the rest of the bolts out, except for I left just one right there. They're all different lengths, and so when I get the new bolts, I'll take all the old ones, lay them all out, and get them all lined up according to lengthwise. But yeah, it's got all the runs in here, all these here out, and of course right through here and out here on the outside. Oh, I do have to take that wire off. That's for the temperature gauge. So, like I say, this one right here is loose. I am going to leave that one in until I actually come in, get the forklift set up and come in here. So right now, let's see here. There's my coffee can full of head bolts. I'm just going to take and set this pallet off, get another pallet. Well, take that back. I'll go ahead and get the pallet lined up. That way when I get the head out, I can set the head on it. But I'll just set this pallet here back off out of the way. And like I say, when I take to that guy, I'll put the rocker arm assembly back into the head, put the valve cover back onto it, because like I say, he's got a big parts washer that he'll put the whole entire thing into and clean it all up, and it'll look like a brand new one on the inside. So I'm going to get me a different pallet here lined up, and then we'll start getting ready to pop that head off that block. Okay, I got the forklift pulled up in here. Let's go around over here on this other side, and what do we look like? I'm going to try get this ratchet strap here all entangled. There we go. Okay, we'll run it like that across. Let's see if I can go through there and wrap around that. There we go, like that. And then come back this way and hook into that bolt right there. Ooh, that ain't good. Just gotta watch, I don't want that thing to kick off. Let's maybe take and redo that. There, go the other way. Okay, like I say, that that exhaust manifold works perfect as a handle. I am going to take that bolt. I want to take and thread that in just a little bit more. That's the part of that's the mounting bolt for the air filter assembly. Okay, I lowered the forks down a little bit more. In fact, I'm going to drop them just a smidge more because I want that pretty tight. That way I can raise up and still have clearance. So let's take and lower them down just a little bit more. Reach back here and grab the handle. Hopefully you can see that halfway decent. There we go. All right. And we'll take and pull that ratchet strap up. I think these are rated for a good 400 pounds. That head don't weigh no 400 pounds. I'm guessing it probably don't miss 150 by a whole lot. So now that I got that, I am going to go ahead and take this last head bolt out. I left this in here just to make sure that everything was secured. Okay, now that I got that, I'm going to grab me a hammer and a wood block and hit on the side to help break it loose from the head gasket. Okay, got me a 4x4. Okay, I think we're working. I can see there's a crack in that dirt line right there. Perfect. Okay, I think we're beginning to open up a little bit. Okay, I'm right here on the left-hand side. Oh yeah, there we go. I got movement. I believe we are actually broke loose. Perfect, that's what I want. Well, let's try and pick straight up and see what happens. Okay, there it is. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. I just took the last line off. These three that come up across here. That'll give me more room to work. I think I can leave that block sit right there. I'll just have to see. So let's see what we can do now. Okay, we're finally coming out of there. That's more like it. Hopefully you can see halfway decent. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there it is, hanging. All right, get it over on that pallet. I'll lay it up on its side and we'll take a look at the bottom. All righty, here we are. Let's take a look. Get my ratchet straps out of the way. In fact, I got it on this pallet. I will probably leave it on this pallet and take it right when I take the head and everything, wrap that guy to work on it. I'll just have him, because I know he's got a forklift, and I can just sit the thing right in the back of the truck, and that'll work perfect. And then that'll give him something to actually leave it set on, and then load it back up when he's done with it. So, let's see here. I can tell you one thing, that's got some weight to it. Oh, that's that turbo connector. There we are. All right, there's the bottom of it. Let's make sure I don't want to tip on over. Okay, we're up against the bolt head right there. I don't think it can go too far. There's my bolt that broke off. I hope I can get that thing knocked out. If not, I'll take the whole shebang to him as is. Tell him to get that bolt out of there and he'll take the rest of this off. Problem solved. Okay. Okay, this here's going to be cylinder number 6. And I'm going to guess that's the one that's burning oil. See how shiny it is? I mean, we got just a little dab of oil coming from the outside here. But, and I'm going to guess number 6 is part of the problem. 5, oh, they're all kind of cruddy. 2, kind of see a little bit of crud on that one. So, well, he'll give her a good working over and that'll take care of business. Because I know on our Alice Chalmers 7060, so when cylinder number 1 broke the rings, it was just like that, all shiny, oily, and a mess inside. So let's go take a look inside the block. Okay, well, there's the old head gasket. Not a whole lot of trade-in value on that thing. Got a little bit of cruddy stuff that fell off that gasket as I was taking the head off. Oh yeah. Well, a little bit of hydraulic oil has dripped down in there from these lines that I just disconnected. But I can see right around this top part right here. Yeah, it looks just like the cylinder on that 7060. It's got a bunch of crud and stuff around it. I'll take it and wipe all this stuff down and everything like that. The rest don't look quite as bad. 2's got some junk kind of built up right here around that top part, right around there. So definitely time for an overhaul. I'm not too sure how well you can see that on camera. The sleeve walls don't look too awful bad for 8,500 hours. But anyway. Alright guys, well I'm going to call this an end to part 4. Part 5 will be once I'm ready to start dropping out the oil pan and start popping pistons out the top. So take care, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.